Thank you. Yeah, just started recording. Okay. Hello and welcome. We're playing another game with this CI variant. Good luck, have fun. I'm Shielsy, and this is host Brian Holland.
Yeah, dropping everything all over the place because Shielsy started to record while I was getting him a beer, like the good host I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why we call him host Brian
Holland. Yeah.
Actually has nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, that's just coincidental. What do you think of this hand?
Oh, it's a little bit sketchy, isn't it?
Now, we're playing Kate here too. So does that change what you want to do opening? You don't have to worry about, I suppose, well, anything can happen. It's a Netrunner, but you don't have to worry about a turn 1 Siphon.
We take that down a lot.
Yeah, you got double Jackson though, and your deck is only running 2 Jackson currently, right? So
yeah, look, if she does come and trash them, we can Archive Memories them back. I think this hand has all the tools I want to see in the long game, but money is just the
so important. Yeah.
Money's just the core.
Well, I mean, not too different to CI, but that's better, right?
Yeah.
No, she got the itchy 2.0 there too. Oh well, you've just drawn the restructure.
There we go.
You're good to go.
Feeling good.
Yeah, so you can install hedge fund restructure. Are you not going to do that? No.
Huh?
You could install hedge fund restructure. Was that? You want to do that in one turn?
She's probably not going to run on turn 1. I'll restructure next turn.
Yeah. So what I meant was you can because you're an idea builder, you can install gain a credit.
Yeah.
And then restructure, but
I agree.
You opted to protect R&D as well on the turn 1.
Well, if I didn't ice, she would probably run there.
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, okay.
And I didn't think there would be a high enough chance that she would run one of these, face check one of these servers. You don't want to face check HQ because they don't have Siphon usually, and she's not going to face check R&D because that's her late game. So
okay, sure, that's
she's not going to run there until she has 2 R&D interfaces.
Does the Zool have you shaking in your little booties? No, not as yet.
Cute puppy.
Side note: I'm actually really terrified of dogs. So
really?
Yeah, no, I like big dogs, not like Pomeranians, right? But the Zool looks pretty big. I don't want to upset the flavour aficionados out there, but
yeah, I mean, it seems like a regularly sized dog.
Yeah,
I don't get little dogs. I don't know. I like big dogs.
Well, you know what Ron Swanson would say about little dogs.
They're fake cats.
Yeah. Anything a dog under 8, 10 pounds is a cat, and cats are pointless.
Cats are pointless.
I love cats though. So.
Cats are sweet.
Yeah. Now you got your text up there. You're gonna want to fetch up your Cybernetics score with that at some point, or you can wait.
I'll chuck it behind a piece device next turn. We just don't have space right now.
Can we just have a refresher on text startup? A lot of people probably haven't played with the card.
Yeah. When your turn begins, you may trash text startup, and if you do, you search R&D for an asset, reveal it, and install it.
Okay, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
so obviously because it's a turn begins trigger, that's why you can't leave it uniced.
That's it, because it needs to get through to the next turn. It's only 1 to trash as well. So if they do check it, we just won't have it.
You go for the double ice on R&D there. Why is that? Just so you don't have to res your Itchy if they do run with, say, Omega's Eye or something like that?
Yeah, I don't think Itchy is very good until there's a second piece of ice there. Okay. Especially against runners with a link.
Okay.
Just because once they don't have programs, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So
it still traces and does a tag, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The trace, roll over
the trace is big game. The trace it's a brain damage and a tag.
Yeah.
There's nothing to scoff at. But
we've seen a Kate shout of Kate there. What do you think of that?
This might be one of those
hedge fund for days. Oh yeah, hedge fund for days. Yeah, gamble for days. So okay, you got a 5-3 in hand. So just going over.
It down.
Yeah.
Serve 0.
Are you not worried at all about losing one of those agendas to that you want to draw a card? If your opponent runs and clicks twice, yeah. And you want to score out that 4 for 2 fairly soon, don't you? Or you have to wait. It's not like the last game where you had the Scorched package pretty much in hand.
Okay, so when you draw the Scorched, you can just get out there and just go do it. Without the Scorched, it gets a little bit trickier because so much of your money is tied up in this biotic plan, right? That if you do try and score out of a remote and res ice on the remote and then don't have enough money to biotic twice in one turn, because you don't have ash or sands to put in the remote, it's very hard to utilize that remote. So it's not really something you want to.
Sorry, we've just about to stop because you don't know what technical writer is.
When you install a piece of hardware or program, place 1 credit from the bank on technical writer. Click and trash. Cool.
So that's interesting, especially in Kate, because sometimes it's kind of like netting 2 credits in a way. If you're playing a 1 credit, 1 cost program, or hardware, you save the credit from that and put one on technical
On
writer.
Yeah, it really feels like we're probably going to see an ASOPs out of here. And maybe even with Cache and Imp here, I wouldn't be surprised to see some Deja Vus as well.
You worried about the Imp?
Imp's a little bit testing, yeah. Especially if she can recur it, which she's got quoted.
Surely she can. We've seen a scavenge there as well. So you're going to be using the text data?
Yep. Store an asset. So we've only got 3.
You've only got 3, yeah.
In server 0. Great, perfect. That's exactly where we want to be.
And you've drawn another agenda here, which is unfortunate considering the...
That's cool.
Yeah. Draw some other cards.
That's no worries.
You don't want to play. You don't want to play out the blue level. Or you probably want to. Yeah.
Actually, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd be tempted to.
It looks like she's just going to build a rig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we said, she's under no pressure at the moment, so she wants to get aggressive. Or maybe I've embarrassed us, and
no,
you'll get a legwork on click first click.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, look at our hand. Our legwork's probably not even going to take that much.
No.
I mean...
Well, it could win the game as well. Thankfully, that does not happen. Okay, Scheherazade and another technical writer.
This is gambles for days.
Yeah. So, I'm not too familiar with that list. Is it the one that just gains a lot of money very quickly and then does what with it? It
gradually gains a lot of money every turn, but because it doesn't have lucky finds, it doesn't really have a lot of burst decon. So.
Okay.
But a few of them do chuck in a stim hack, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So
now,
we can always see.
Works through the sequencing here. You've got the biotic and the reclamation order. Do you need double biotic in order to score the forfeiture from hand, or do you need one, or can you do it with one reclamation order and a biotic?
No, because if you spend the clicks on reclamation order, you waste the clicks that you've just gained.
Oh, it's a double, isn't it? Yeah,
it's a double. Also, even if it was archive memories, you can just chain archive memories and biotics back and forth, but it's click neutral.
Yeah,
it's just a sync. So you definitely do need the double biotic, which is unfortunate. Because
you also want to score a forfeiture out of hand, so it's not that
unfortunate. I am asking a lot.
But your servers are somewhat impenetrable at the moment.
Yeah,
Brent doesn't have a lot of... Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. And discarding the Plascrete there feels good, and the Clot as well. That's also worth noting. Your opponent does not have a recursion for it at the moment. Okay. So
well, how much is the Clot? 2 influence. So if we had 2 influence there...
I doubt our opponent's playing more than 1 Clot, if that's your concern.
1 Imp takes us down to 10.
Assume that our opponent's playing more than 1 Cache. What's Cache? Is it 2?
Cache is
1. Cache is 1.
I think we'll see 3 Cache. So that's 7.
And Scheherazade would probably be a 3 of.
Yeah, Scheherazade's... Well, unless they SMC for them. If she SMCs for them aggressively... Yeah, we're probably not going to see more than 1 Clot. I agree.
Now you've got the Heimdall there.
Yeah.
That's the one that can that not be clicked through properly, or is that the one that's got 3 subs?
Yeah, sorry, that's the one that you can get through. Heimdall 2.0 is the one.
Okay, so you're not tempted to install and still advance behind that?
I'm a little tempted.
Yeah.
But look,
I mean, you could also just install, and then no, you can't biotic and score next turn, can you?
No, that's doable.
That is, yeah. You could biotic and then with 4 clicks score it off the board.
I'm just not
sure. So it's not as big a tell.
I'm just not sure if I want Heimdall on the remote, especially if she comes through, because I just won't be able to do anything with it later. Let's just check out archives. We can reclamation order for these blue levels, and
that's pretty cool. And play one. No, you can't play any of them. Yeah. And how many reclamation orders? You got 3 in the deck?
2 reclamation orders, 3 archive memories, 3 blue levels, and 3 restructures.
So you prefer the archive to the reclamation order just for the click efficiency and obviously the 0 cost?
It's just a little bit less cumbersome because there's 1 less click.
It's only 1 card as opposed to all of them, though, I suppose.
Yeah.
So right now,
that's usually you usually need the scorched with it, right?
Yeah.
Or you use archive memories to get back the reclamation order.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And then you use a reclamation order to get back your archived. So
yeah.
So let's reclamation order for these blue levels. And we'll throw down the Heimdall on R&D.
Very cheeky, chunky. I might have to shrink the screen down there. Here's one for everybody at home.
That's
Look at that. Yeah, the tech. You computer wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Could you install my software for me? I didn't mean to make that joke. That was terrible. Don't respond to it.
Install my software. I've actually been having a lot of trouble with my software lately. I put in a new storage space, and I'm trying to reinstall back across to it.
That's pain. Yeah.
It's just a mess. I'm just awful.
So what's the plan here? So you've done a blue level. So you've drawn your second biotic and a 5 for 3. So we can score at the 4 for 2 next turn.
We can score at 4 for 2 next turn if we don't see a clone chip.
What's the plan to get the 1 of seesaws?
Draw it.
Draw it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a matter of the influence. It's either sea source, or it's the second sea source, or the second scorched, or the 2 Jackson Howards, because you do need the shipment from Sands, unfortunately. So I mean,
what card is installed in that server?
The text setup.
So you can fetch up a Jackson or something like that.
Fetching up a Jackson's a good deal because we're a tad flooded.
You have 5 agendas in hand.
We've got a mild 12 agenda points in hand. Alternatively, we can fetch up the second one of these. Alternatively, it might just soak up a click. Either way.
Cybernetics called is legendary, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, so
but you can leave them on face down.
Okay, sure. And obviously, if not, our opponent just essentially sort of wastes a click and a credit running there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we're all good. I think you have to start your turn first. Oh well, it didn't matter.
So I think it's going to do it differently. It's going to trigger my thing twice, and what I'll do is I'll just lose a credit because it was meant to be on my turn.
Oh no, I think you're okay. Yeah.
And look, we're not seeing a clone chip. We are seeing a self-modifying code, but unless
if our opponent for some reason is playing 2 clots, it will be a major blowout. But hats off to them if that's the case.
Let's just go for it.
Ask our opponent for a reaction. There's always the tech. Just be polite. Passing priority. I'd like to tell you something, Shielsy. I'm testing Spark Agency at the moment, and passing priority is a big deal at the moment, especially when playing online. So,
yep,
all good.
And there we have it. So there's our efficiency committee.
Yeah. So
and our draws just got really good. We can really draw anything from this position.
Yeah. Here comes the contacts and the ASOPs. You were correct there. And the clone chip. So we're not going to be fast advancing anything else straight away.
Not right now.
But you're happy with that at the moment?
Yeah.
You have gone down to 14 credits though.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're going to want to build those up, maybe with a blue level. There's the sea source.
Yeah.
If our opponent ever does decide to make a run.
We're going to blue level. Hopefully we draw money. There we go.
Yeah.
The deck's getting pretty small. That's our second hedge fund, and we've got 2 more restructures.
Oh, that's
so we've got a bit more dodge floating around in there, and when we draw the other reclamation order, I can just grab those back. So
yeah, and you've got the Jackson to put some cards back on the deck as well, so you don't kill yourself.
Exactly that. So we've got a lot going on. Oh, we have the second reclamation order. There we go.
Yeah.
So that can be our next turn.
So our opponent's got the lady out. It's only on 12 credits, and there's another one of those. Our opponent can jump to a lot of credits if she clicks for them off the text start. So there's 8, 5, and 1 there.
We got a few Katie-esque Jones things floating around.
That was an unfortunate draw, I suppose.
No, I think it's fine.
Another Cybernetics card?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a click to gain a credit, which means we don't have to go to discard.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, going to discard.
Oh, of course, because we're engineering the future and not cerebral imaging.
That's it, yeah. So we've got the clone chip. They're probably not going to get rid of that anytime soon, having seen the efficiency committee. So look, I think it's probably best if we start constructing an actual server.
Just wait speaking, sorry. I was listening to you scratching your beard. Yeah.
Oh, yes. And the way we're going to do that is by reclamation ordering for these hedge fund. And then playing one out.
So just to increase the credit deficit?
Yep. So
you really want the sea source to be live, right, most of the time?
You
just
really
in
want the
case?
sea source to be live, but you also need to res this gigantic
server, yeah.
And if this doesn't go away, we are going to need to
start building a remote to score out of.
Yeah, even a little one.
So there's another cache on the Shahrazad.
Yeah, it's not milling us, which is so gas.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Every time I see the cache come down, I'm like, oh no, we're going to lose an agenda. No, not the case.
Not the case.
Yeah, have you been testing with noise or playing with noise a lot? I know that like I've definitely been digging noise, but I'm not sure if you ever made the plunge.
I haven't played much runners lately, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We were talking just before we started recording about whether we should record games with a corp or a runner, and neither of us have runner decks that we want to play.
Yeah, I just can't find a list that I like at the moment.
So what have we drawn here?
I've drawn this Victor, which is perfect for us.
Okay. So where are you going to be wanting to put that?
I think what I want to do is I want to set this up a little bit better. We're going to put the new Cybernetics court over here.
Yeah, for netting a credit, yeah.
We're going to throw down the hedge fund. And what we can do next turn is Victor here.
Mm-hmm. Just for credit neutral.
Replace this with the efficiency committee.
And you can res the other Cybernetics court. Are you not worried about leaving the other Cybernetics court unprotected?
I mean, she hasn't gone for this one yet, and they can definitely break in, right? So,
yeah, that's a good point, yeah. And I suppose you can archive memories for it back if worse comes to worse. You probably don't want to lose that. I mean, I just hate to see you discard down to 5 cards when you've only got the one Jackson in play.
It's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen?
It's never going to happen. We're just going to gain that cred. Pass it back.
You've seen the HQ interface there as well.
Yeah.
What's on HQ? So opponent could...
Which is great for us, because it solves the entirety of the influence problem.
Yep, so that's the all 15 we've seen now? If it's, assuming it's 3 cache.
Yeah, presuming 3 cache. That's basically all.
Yeah, okay.
No more action.
It's 5 to trash as well, which is a good... 0 to 5 is a good one.
It's a good deficit.
Alright, opponent is trash it. How do you feel about that?
Confused.
Yes. Opponent may have thought that it's not unique and that you could increase your hand size by 8.
Yeah, but the difference between 9 and 13 isn't really that much. 5 and 9, there's a big difference.
Yeah.
9 and 13, it's not,
This is what I was talking about when I said you. This is what I was talking about when I said you were better at maths than me. Because I'm just like, well, don't you mean there's 4 difference either way, bro? Like, but I'll concede to I'll of course.
The value of my hand and the value of the power of my hand's potential doesn't change drastically when my hand size increases from 9 to 13.
Okay.
Whereas it does change incredibly large, for the difference between 5 to 9, right?
Yeah.
So the measurement is not on the number of cards, but the power that they can actually put forward. But at some point, no matter how many cards you have, the clicks per turn becomes the much more relevant factor. And so I think like 10 cards is probably about what that happens.
Alright, so you're drawing another Heimdall here. Are you happy to see that bad boy?
Yeah, it's looking fine. I mean, we can't res it.
Yeah.
We can't res it. So, but we did get a run in last turn.
Yes, but you don't have a Scorched.
No.
No.
You do have a Jackson.
You do have a Jackson.
Do you have an efficiency committee?
So if you Jackson draw on your first click and draw a Scorched, can you kill your opponent with your remaining clicks?
Seesaws of 3 going
has
up
22
to
credits.
And a link. So going up to 24 is 19 credits. Leaves us on 9 credits minus 2 for the Seesaws. Leaves us on 7. Scorched. Archive Scorch is another 6. So we can do it.
If we draw it on the first click.
Yep. So we're just going to draw the 2.
No, unfortunately. I thought that was for a second, but no, that's unfortunate. I mean, there's how many in the deck? 3 or 2?
2.
Okay. 2. Alright, so we obviously can't go for it now. What's the game plan? Did draw another Archives, which is certainly relevant.
Yeah, Archive Memories is gas. We can keep that one.
Do you want to overdraw with Jackson, get rid of some of those agendas maybe?
I like that plan. It means we're less likely to draw that Scorched.
I suppose so,
Our hand is really well defended. But it would give us a good opportunity to make them run again. And if we draw...
That's good, yeah. So
again.
You draw again. Still no Scorched.
That's okay.
But you got to restructure, which will help that credit deficit.
Yeah.
And then you can discard some cards.
So we're going to
sort of, as you were saying, force another run out to bait out the Seesaws.
Yeah. That one, and how many things do we want to shuffle in here? 1, 2, yeah, and then that one.
How would you feel if your opponent?
Hades shot?
Yeah, just bluffed it.
Well,
you got got.
I would have gotten got.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Yeah.
I just, it's It's salt and pepper, as Hollis would say.
Yeah.
And I just don't see a list like this having space for seasoning.
Now we're seeing the Shrike, which is good if you have a lot of credit. I've been testing a little bit with the Sunny list, and it's good when you've got something like multi-threader, and you only have to go through one sentry each run.
It's 4 for the architects and stuff, hey?
Yeah, it's similar to, as you talked about in episode 55, it's similar to Switchblade in the sense that it is more efficient the bigger the ice is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you summoned on your Scorched here.
That's cool.
But your opponent also didn't run, so that's fine too.
Yeah, we're just going to keep consolidating. Gains of cred. Yeah.
So you can sort of bank those agendas in archives until you need them. Yeah. Putting the ice there is good.
That's it. And if they did run last turn, it wouldn't be that great for us because check out this.
Yeah. So obviously, being this Gamble for Days deck, our opponent can. Now we're seeing the run. If you're our opponent, do you click through this, or do you use your enormous amount of credits to get through with Zoo?
It's cool. They clicked.
They clicked.
Yeah. What would I do? I
don't know.
Don't know.
You don't know. You're not familiar with the list. Yeah.
They shuffled in.
Do we know what the?
Nice.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Do we know what the Gamble for Days list tries to do in terms of? Can I say this without being a douchebag? But in terms of winning the game, are they playing gigantic breakers? Like we haven't really seen anything like that. We've just seen Lady and such.
I mean, I think the Lady works well here because they do have scavenge and lots of recursion.
Yeah.
And they do want to go along with like Levy and things like that. Mostly, I think it's just like single or double access with these guys, and keeping that afloat with a large econ.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it works. It works.
If we were playing an aggressive deck, though, an aggro deck like a fast advance, would our opponent just be dead at this point?
No, she has an imp.
I suppose Zoo is a fairly aggressive icebreaker as well.
Zoo's well costed, yeah. And really all they need to do is threaten the access. And I think that's something that Shapers can do really well with their SMC. It's just threaten that access. And with small breakers like this, the fact that you don't have to go too low on credits means that you can continue to threaten that access. And then play out your rig around that.
Yeah.
But we need to get.
How are you feeling about the situation we're in now? You've just drawn a 5 for 3.
Yeah, it's looking a bit worse.
Is this mainly because of the credit deficit?
The credit deficit's changed. The clone chip's still in play, so the clot's still effectively in play. We don't have a Cybernetics virus suite.
Would you archive for the reclamation order and get back maybe your restructures or something like that? Or how many restructures have there been? 2 or 3? Only 2. Okay.
That's still a big game. Yeah, I like that.
You like that one? Okay.
I like that. Reclamation order.
It will time walk you.
That's cool. Whatever.
So assuming your opponent wants to play anything. They do still have, 14 credits banked on those tech startups?
Yeah. So they've still got heaps of credits. They've got a lot. Yeah, it's just not easy to turn that many credits into a win, right? Because the cards you can access, there's always only a small amount of cards you can actually access.
Okay, so we're seeing a run on HQ now. You've got 3 agendas in hand, and our opponent can get through the Eli for a credit and a counter. And what's the second piece of ice you have there? Just remind us.
That is, I think, a Heimdall.
A Victor.
Victor. Yeah.
Which our opponent can get through with Zoo. So we're probably going to see an access here. If our opponent clicks through, it's not as good if they use their credits. They are using their credits. So that's good. Yeah. You are down to 23 though.
Yeah, I'm down to 23. Yeah.
If their opponent does not access agendas.
Look, it's cool. It's only the 7th point that counts, right?
Exactly.
So, and the more agendas they take, the more cards we can draw without exceeding our maximum hand size.
So vamp to take 1 tag and make you lose 23 credits. It was a vamp.
That was a vamp?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's a big game. No. Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, we're sorry, people looking at home. We've been saying we do have to be reading this more closely. It was a vamp. Okay. Our opponent's on 12 credits though.
I don't think there's anything we could have done.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
And now we're losing that.
They're trashing that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Do we have a second one?
No, it was trashed.
That was the second one.
Yeah. And never seeing an R&D run.
all this
Good thing is most of your agenda's still in the archives, or?
No, they got shuffled in.
How do you feel about Vamp?
That was unexpected, and
we
very powerful.
didn't account for it when we were counting influence though.
How much is it?
It's 2.
2? Yeah, fair enough.
So maybe they're not playing as many Shahrazards as we thought.
Yeah, probably only one Shahrazad there.
Film Critic is taking the NAPD.
That's cool.
Okay, so what's your plan to recover? Loaded question.
Loaded question. Gain credits. So we're going to force another run.
We're playing out the Jackson, perhaps?
Nah, Jackson sucks. Because we still don't have any credits. But we want to keep all these cards. Alright, so we're going to grab the Cybernetics cord.
Oh, with Archive Memories.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Put that back in our server, res it, and gain cred. And now we're up to 2. Yes.
Yes.
And look, we'll just address.
Well, if your opponent runs and trashes it, they're going. Oh, they do have the imp back online, so they don't have to spend 5 anymore. No. Ignore what I was going to say.
Yeah. And it came at the cost of the clone chip, but now we don't have any shipment from Sands either.
Yeah.
So, but if we can draw a shipment from Sansan here, we can just keep scoring out with no credits, which is perfect. So,
yeah.
Look, this position isn't too bad, all things considered.
And how many shipments are in the deck?
There's 3.
So you got 14 cards left. You got a pretty decent chance of.
Yeah, it's a pretty good chance to draw.
Do you need your whole turn to do that from hand, or can you install and draw with Jackson and hope to hit it and still score?
It depends on what we want to score. Yeah.
You also don't have any reclamation orders or archives in hand either.
No, so the Scorch plan isn't looking too good either.
But do you need those cards to score out with the shipment?
It's good to get them back to score out again, but you don't need them to score out with shipment initially. No. And look, she's not scoring.
Bricked, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
How many agendas are still in the deck?
Let's see, we've got 2 points there, 2 points there, 2, 7 points there. So that's 11, so there are 9 points left in the deck. So yeah. Looking good. Alright, we're going to go again.
Yeah.
We're just going to go again. Cybernetics Court in the server 0. Gains a cred.
And then you can res the Eli. At least.
And now we can res the Eli.
Yeah.
Do we want to? I'm not entirely sure.
Well, can you res anything R&D or anywhere else? I'm just saying, if you res it, it's a slightly more of a tax to get rid of it. Because
it's just a lady counter, right?
Oh, right. Of course, they don't have to spend 4 credits.
Yeah, I think that the big advantage there was that we just didn't have to go to discard.
Yeah.
So if we install Draw with Jackson, that's 2 clicks.
Hit a hedge fund. Stabilize.
Profit.
Yeah.
Alright. Alrighty.
That's good. I think the Jackson is the plan. Either way, you're going to be discarding a few cards. You have 3 Cybernetics card or 2?
3. 3.
So there's how many in the bin? 3.
All 3 are in the bin. Okay. And all 3 archive memories are in the bin, and both reclamation orders are in the bin. Okay.
So you have to Jackson them back if you want to play them.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this position you're in? You scratch your beard and reply?
Not good, Brian. Not good, Brian.
No, it's unfortunate.
Alright, so I'm just going to draw cards because we want to draw cards. We want to find a shipment from Sands, and we want to find a hedge
More
fund.
agendas? No, a hedge fund would be good. How many hedge funds are left in the deck?
1 hedge fund is left in the deck. Well, we didn't hit any shipment from Sands or hedge funds, so we're just going to go again. Great.
Okay.
And so there are still no solutions for us. 13 cards, going to discard down to 5. Scorched is
off the table at this point.
Out of here. Yep. Ice is out of here because resing it is just not going to happen. So we can shuffle in agendas, and that's probably what we're going to do. HQ is...
however, this is your last Jackson. You've got 8 cards left in R&D.
Yeah. Don't worry, we can win. We can win.
You can win? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. We want the NAPD back in the deck. We want to...
You're going to want to score that 5 for 3 to res something on R&D.
Yeah, it feels like what we want to do. we're going to try and score this 5 for 3 out with double shipment from Sansan and this whole efficiency committee.
Yeah. Well, let's everyone at home get your popcorn ready and try not to look at how much time is left in the YouTube video, and maybe this might be the best comeback you've seen in a long time.
Alright, so we can chuck away.
No pressure, Shielsy.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. So you want to hang on to those 3 restructures, right?
Yes, that's our plan.
By the looks of things, yeah.
Yes, that's how we're going to be better lucky than good.
Yeah.
But look, like if they run R&D, perfect.
Perfect.
Right. There's nothing in there.
Nothing in there. That's good.
This is great.
Is there actually no agendas in there?
I think there's a little bit.
There's one in there. Our opponent still hasn't taken that NAPD off Film Critic, but I suppose there's no pressure for them to do so. But if they hit another one, they don't take credits, right?
I think the other NAPD is here in the bin.
So you only have 2?
6 points in the bin.
Yeah.
Maybe I have. Actually,
playing
probably
3?
will have 3.
Yeah, that seems. Okay, so our opponent used technical startup to gain 6.
Yep.
Your opponent's going to access 2 cards of R&D.
And what did they?
They use the technical rider to gain 11.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. The card seems interesting.
Yeah, it seems okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play out a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. And they're breaking the ice.
I hope they access 2 restructures. How do you feel?
I really hope they access 2 restructures.
Yeah, that's one. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Alright, there goes the game.
Yeah.
Now we can.
So only 5 for 3? Surely not.
Nah, there's the other one. There's one more priority rank in the deck.
I hope you draw it.
I do as well.
Okay, there's a
shipment
shipment.
from Sansan.
So what? Hold on. What can we do? Can we score from this point? We don't have a biotic in hand.
Install advanced. No, they have a clone chip. There's another clone
That's the
chip.
problem.
No. Oh no. Alright.
Use purge. Could you purge?
No, because
They don't have it out, right? Of course, yeah.
Alright, we're just gonna gain. We're gonna try and grind out this these restructures and ice up R&D.
How would you feel if your opponent opened the next turn with a Fisk investment seminar?
That'd be so good. That'd be so good. I mean, until 2 turns from now, in which case it would have been the worst.
Yeah. So,
hard variance that card.
Yes, it is. I sometimes, when I'm on the receiving end of it, feel great. Other times, I'm like, oh.
Actually, I did get milled out by a few Fisk decks.
Our opponent is selling the SMC to pawn shop. I thought they were. Cool. They've got no cards left in their deck. So we have perfect information apart from the 5 cards left in their hand. Another clone chip is also on the board.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know they're not getting back SMCs with it.
Yes.
There's Imp. Okay.
I hope our opponent doesn't access the only agenda we have in our hand. It's not going to matter at this point?
Well, look, we can't exactly score it.
No. Well, no, we can. I thought we could because we've got the shipment in hand. Oh, wait, no, they can't. Yeah, alright. So do you have a plan at this point?
I really don't, John.
Imp to trash the, alright.
Imp to trash the shipment?
Yeah.
Okay, so our plan is to...
Draw another shipment? Because if that was part of your plan, it's going well.
Well, there's a 3rd shipment from Sansan in there.
Yeah.
And there is... Let's just count this ice. 1 Victor down there. Victor. Okay, so we're out of Victors. Heimdall, and... We're out of Heimdalls. Ichi...
You want to look at what you can res?
Well, I'm just thinking we may need the piece of ice to put on the remote
to score out the remote.
To hold this in before we score, yeah. I don't want to put those agendas back in my deck because I don't have the money to protect them in there.
Yeah. So what are your odds if you draw with Jackson? Are you going to turn on one of those?
Yeah.
Alright. Now our opponent is low on lady counters, at least.
Feeling
That's
good
something.
about that,
yeah. So I mean, they also have to install something to override it to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh no, they can install it to ASOS. Pardon me. I'm sure that's part of the strat.
Yeah. What happened to the second clone chip?
I
Did I miss that?
may have recurred something.
Did it recur imp?
No, I think they played another one maybe. No, they're selling the imp. So if they recurred again... They just use the clone ship to get back their SMC, so they don't have any clone ships left. Can you click their bin? Oh, now they've levied.
They levied?
Yeah.
And now they have an SMC to fetch the clot again.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Oh, geez, if people could read our emotions in that 10-second period there, where everything was elated and then terrible.
That was up and down.
Yes.
That was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I think we're just dead. Yeah.
Well, one thing we know that you're not allowed to do is concede, so...
Well, look. Mate.
So, just 2-2 draw.
We're going to draw those 2 cards.
Yeah, there's a biotic.
Yeah, we're feeling good about that.
Yeah.
For sure. What are we going to shuffle in?
I think you have to shuffle. Well, you could do the 6 strat that I did once and not shuffle my agendas, and they just don't run there because they assume you shuffle them all back in.
They probably won't, and they haven't seen our Scorch or Seesaw, so we might be able to get them with it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I say we just go for it, like we're dead either way, right?
I think we're dead.
Yeah, so shuffle them back the Scorched.
Unless we can Scorch them.
Yeah, so shuffling back the Scorched package. I want to see that happen, because our opponent's down to 19 credits as well.
Yeah.
Unless they're running archives or whatever. But I think this maybe is a better chance of killing them.
I don't really think there's anywhere they can run at this point where they don't do well.
Sure.
And look, if they spend clicks drawing cards rather than gaining credits... No, wait, drawing cards is gaining credits in this... Oh!
No, they're planned for everything. Good game. Alright, so... obviously the vamp was a giant blowout. I think that was the main thing.
That was a big switch up, yeah. Yeah.
And I think from there everything just went downhill. Our opponent got a lot of accesses.
Yeah, I mean, because we hit 0, right? And then after that it was impossible to turn... It's impossible to turn that 0 into a restructure.
Yeah.
So. Well, look, there's a clot in play, and there's no clone ship. We might have a window here.
Oh, well.
We may just have a window.
If you just purge it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, because you got the scored 4 for 2.
Yeah.
So that's how you do it.
So if they don't play a clone ship this turn, we might be able to score out the 5 for 3, resing the...
What could you
probably
res?
the Ichi.
Yeah. Because at least they're still taking the Chag and the brain damage. Oh, they can fight the Trace.
Oh, maybe, actually, probably the Heimdall. Hopefully they can sink their clicks into the Heimdall. It's the same.
Same deal, but it could, like a brain damage, nothing to sniff at.
And we've got 2 shipments. We can do it.
Oh! Was that with the clone ship? How's that?
Scavenge.
Scavenged. Okay.
Alright, well look, it's in play again.
Yeah. Discarding what this time though?
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah.
We're not going to play it for at least like 2 turns.
Yeah.
We've only got 1 card left in R&D though, so
yes.
Jackson's going to have to be...
What card is it? Is it the other shipment? No, there's one in the bin.
No, there's one in the bin. I think it's... Is it an Eli? I'm not seeing Eli's in there. No, there's 3 Eli's in play.
Yeah.
We're
going to draw it anyways, probably don't need to know. I was thinking...
I want to say it's that blue level clearance.
Our opponent is making a run, I believe, on HQ.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. For 2 cards. Could just be GG if they hit either one, so... Oh well.
Yeah.
They're out of later counters though. That's something if they don't hit either agenda.
Yeah.
You can score behind that Eli, maybe.
Hey, they didn't score. They don't have a...
Clot in play?
We're going to do it.
Okay. Oh, it wasn't itchy.
Oh, it was itchy.
Okay. Now your opponent might be able to do some math here and figure out that you are hiding agendas in archives. So...
I mean, let's hope that they don't do the counting, because that will be very, very bad for us if they learn where they are by virtue of known information.
Yeah.
New remote, so we're going to install it.
Now what? Do you biotic or do you use... I think you use the counters.
Fuck, I installed the wrong one.
Did you really? Just take it back. Don't let your opponent say misclick. That's fine. wrong card. Don't say agenda. I've noticed that folks on Genteki, because the interface can be a bit... yeah, they're very friendly about it. That's good.
Great. So
you can often misclick the wrong card.
Great. There we go. That one.
Now you need to get 5 advancements on it.
Yeah. So we're going to advance it once.
Okay, so you got 1 click left.
Yeah.
So you got 3 clicks left.
4 clicks.
4 clicks left.
From there. And now we choose to put 2 counters
Don't
on.
accidentally hit the wrong amount of talent, kind of thing.
No, I don't think you can undo that.
Yeah. Okay, you should score it.
I'm going to score it. Big time.
And res that.
Whoa!
Oh!
Game!
You still have 25 credits, and you still got a biotic in hand.
Still got the biotic in hand.
So how do you score the next turn?
We're going to put a 3 for 2 in the deck.
Oh, and then you can just win. Oh! Or they could just run archives because they figured it out.
Well, I mean...
How many
gens are
you've
there?
got, like, more than
There's
enough.
4 in there? Oh, no.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, no.
Hopefully they don't do it. Our opponent is not running... okay.
30 creds.
Oh, well. That was close, I guess.
Well, look. Let's shuffle some stuff back in. And maybe...
No, like they win regardless, right? Okay. Maybe they'll put it on their... Maybe they just won't. Maybe they'll put it on their film critic. They just win the game. Okay, very good. That was a tight game. So, as we were saying when we were wrapping up earlier... okay, what are you saying to your opponent here? Yes. On the ropes. Thanks for the game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that one?
Good game. Yeah, really tight. Everything that went wrong, that could go wrong, did go wrong, and I still
still
felt
got
like
pretty close.
we were still pretty close.
If there was just one less agenda in the deck, you
Yeah.
could have got it in there.
Yeah.
If you,
I mean, one of the influence spreads you can choose here is Global Food Initiative.
Yeah. Then you'd be conceding to the reclamation.
You lose the Jacksons.
Yeah.
Or you lose a shipment from Sanson, or you might just need to lose this Scorch package entirely, and I think the deck loses a lot of power without that. One way to push it might be to lose one of the Scorched. It's tricky.
If you want to. We'll find out.
I think that's might be where we go from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll try at least one more game with this current list.
Mm-hmm.
Stick around, guys. This is the Winning Agenda's video coverage with Shielsy Prasad and host Brian Holland. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Thanks.